Welcome, Moutrons. So today I'm going to be doing Spyro, and I wanted to do Spyro because I used to play Spyro all the time as a kid. Like, I remember just going to my friend's house and we'd sit there and play Spyro for hours. Like, I just freaking loved Spyro. So yeah, this wasn't a request by anybody, just something that I really wanted to do, so hopefully you guys still enjoy it, and I will get back to requests here soon. I am going to be going to VidCon, and I have other things planned for that, so hopefully you guys enjoy my videos for that week as well. Side note though, I just reached 1,000 subscribers on this channel. You guys, we reached 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome, and I can't thank you guys enough. I know some people are like, oh, that's just 1,000 people is nothing, but to me, it means the world to me, like seriously, and I want to say thank you. But other than that, I do want to get started on this paint, and let's get started.
As usual, I'm grabbing my white eyeliner pencil and sketching out my idea, and because I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, again as usual, it looks kind of messy and a little sloppy, but I knew what I was doing. Kinda. Then I took this light purple color from my Wolfe palette and started filling in the main portion of the face, leaving like the nose part clear because I just wanted to keep them separated while I tried to figure out what I was doing. Now it seems to me that most purple body paints are kind of blotchy and not very pigmented, so I kind of just had to layer this one. Maybe I just have a bad purple, but you know, I just layered. Taking a darker purple color, and this one was from Mehron, I am going to be kind of adding some shadowing in here and there, just kind of adding some more detail, some more depth into the whole face. Going around the eyes as well. And going down the nose a little bit. I'm also going to be taking that dark purple and starting to add some of the scales that he has, as well as the eyebrow shape. Now moving on to a white body paint from the Wolfe palette, I'm going to be using that to blend into the darker purple on the bottom and kind of start. And I'm also going to be adding some of that to the eyebrows and also a little bit to the scale marks just to separate them up a bit. And now I'm going to be filling in that muzzle section that I left clear with that same purple. Again, I'm going to be adding a few coats just to make it look more pigmented. And because I'm crazy, I then jumped back up to the scales at the top of the forehead and added some more detail into them with that dark purple color. And keeping that dark purple color, I filled in where the nostrils are on his face. Grabbing that white, I added some highlights to that muzzle section just to make it stick out a bit, and because I stuck a little bit above my nose, I made sure to make it go across just to help hide my nose a little bit better. And now taking black, I'm going to be outlining a few things just to make them stick out a little bit. I also decided to make that whole muzzle section a little bit shorter because I made it a little too long for his character, and so therefore you'll see that black line across it. I'm going to be covering over that bottom purple section later so it won't look so goofy. And this is where I decided that I was going to start adding some black, and then I realized that I actually wanted to use part of my chin as the neck for Spyro, so I kind of used a makeup remover wipe and just wiped away where my chin is just to add that in later. And I also decided that I wanted to add his little spike, so I took a little bit of that purple off the forehead as well. Grabbing some yellow body paint from my Wolfe palette, I filled in a giant spike on that section I cleared off my forehead, and then I added two little spikes on the side of it. Then I went ahead and I grabbed my white again and filled in my eyes. And being a spaz in this one, I then jumped back into detailing and I grabbed a black body paint from that Wolfe palette and I outlined the eyebrows, as well as with any excess on my brush, I then went into some of the scales just to bring them out a little bit more, as well as outlining the top spikes on my head and kind of starting to fill in some more around the face. Because I had that blackout, I also decided to messily outline where I wanted the eyes to go and kind of made sure they were as even as I could get them, and then I filled them in. I then took that same purple that I used on the body and went around that black. You can't really tell it's there, it's just a very slight purple color. And then taking some white, I added a little bit of shine. And now I'm going to take what I did on this side and repeat it on this side. maybe. I then decided that this was a good time to fill in the rest of that black. And now, so that my chin didn't look so goofy, I got that yellow color that I used on the spikes and I put a little bit on my chin and then drug the rest down my body, and I kind of made it go out the further down it got. Taking that same purple I used on my face, I then added his shoulders, I guess you could say, as well as the rest of his neck. And the purple, for some reason on my body, just wouldn't not be blotchy. I added a lot of layers and it just wouldn't do it. I don't know what's with this paint. I guess it's just not working for me, or I'm doing something wrong, or who knows, but you know, sorry about that. And then filled in around that purple with some black, and it also looks a little bit blotchy, but that was just me not doing it properly. And later on at the end of the video, like before I did my final poses, I actually went in and touched it up. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Then I took some of that dark purple body paint and I added in some scales onto his shoulders, and did the same thing where I added, you know, some black and all that other fun stuff around it as well. Then I took some brown body paint and added the little stripes going down the yellow section. And then taking some orange eyeshadow from my BH Cosmetics set, I also added in some of that to the yellow parts. And then I stuck some paper horns on my forehead. And that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this Spyro look. I had a lot of fun making it, brought back a lot of memories. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me any other ideas on their art-related projects, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye!